Hello and welcome to the Otaku Network podcast. My name is Steve.
And I'm David.
And we are into week 9 of the 2026 winter anime season. I don't know if actually talking about plot-wise what transpired in this week's episode of Journal with a Witch makes sense, because not a lot necessarily happened. The biggest thing is that we find it takes Asa 10 days to return to school after her kind of
burnout. Kind of sad that we didn't get immediate fallout of her kind of losing it about her parents, but
I feel it's still coming. What we do get is the sense of loss that Asa truly has right now, and it may be due to her mother, who I'm projecting or believe was very controlling and organized. Asa is looking for guidance, and nobody around her is telling her what to do. Everyone is waiting for her to make those decisions herself, both between everything regarding her relationship with Makio. She's starting to see the school counselor in regards to, well, life, and honestly, just her trajectory into the future. She is filled with uncertainty and loss. This episode really highlights that she really just is looking for somebody to tell her what to do, even though that's not necessarily what she truly needs. She wants to do it the easy way, and she ain't gonna get it the easy way, and she's gonna have to buckle up and figure that out. But through the course of the episode, we cut into a lot of different conversations between various people, and one of the things that really came out, it seems like she's starting to realize that even adults don't know what the hell is going on, that they're just struggling day by day, just trying to live the best they can.
I felt called out by a child.
But she feels that because nobody is coddling her, that they're abandoning her, because she's so desperate just to feel childlike security again, but that's been torn away from her. There's a point in your life where you suddenly look around and go, oh, wait a minute, I really have not been paying attention to anything that's been going around me. And now that I have paid attention to what's been going on around me, things don't seem as put together as I've always believed they are, or at least have fabricated they are.
You're ignorant to the small details of life around you.
Yep.
You see that food gets put on the table, you automatically just assume like, oh, this just appeared in my house one day. And a lot of times parents also hide like financial struggles or other struggles from their kids, so that the kids don't see that until a point where it's hard to hide it from the kids because they're more attentive to smaller detail.
The authority figures around you, when you're a child, you look at them as this infallible thing that always has understanding.
Correct.
And right now, the blinders have been pulled away from her eyes, and the adults around her are flailing around just as much as she is, and it's terrifying her because she's at a moment of significant weakness.
Yeah.
And she's going to have to just figure out that this is how the real world works. You have your support network, but you're going to have to do some lifting yourself. Your life is not going to be provided for you. And even if it was, it would not be satisfactory in the way that you're looking for, because she's looking for purpose.
Asa doesn't know how to handle reality. It's very much a failure on her mom's part, who was incredibly overbearing. It appeared she tried to shelter her from negativity in the world.
They can't help her if she's not honest.
Correct.
If she's not forthright. And at the same time, as we've seen countless times, Makio is distracted with her own problems. Right now, she's struggling through a prolonged bout of writer's block. And in her effort to try to alleviate this, we get introduced to another friend of hers, a fellow writer named Juno.
Who's a fantastic character.
Makio has some really good people around her.
Makio has an amazing network of people.
Yeah.
Her girlfriends are great.
Yep.
Juno's great. Kasamichi's great.
Yep.
Like, this woman has built the League of Superheroes around herself. She has her Justice League.
Yep.
I love it. I love it so much.
It's kind of freaking out Asa as well, because Asa is not used to adults that don't act like her interpretation of an adult.
Yeah. It's a failure on Asa's mother's part to parent her like she's eventually going to be an adult.
Yeah.
She treated her like a child the whole time. She never learned how to she was a tiger mom. She was like a tiger mom, helicopter mom that could not let this idea that her daughter was going to eventually be an adult, at least from what we've seen and what we gathered in the way that Asa behaves. It's the primary reason as to why Asa is constantly like, just tell me what I need to hear. Just tell me what I need to hear. She cannot do it for herself.
She doesn't want to. She'd rather not have to put in the effort.
What I mean is at this moment in time, she cannot give herself a satisfactory answer as to why her parents are dead.
Yes.
As a well-adjusted person, eventually, like, yes, you have the grieving process and all that stuff, but eventually people come to this, like, okay, yes, they're gone, they're dead, I need to move on. Moving on is not forgetting them, it's I've accepted that they're dead.
Yeah.
And Asa cannot do that for herself at this moment in time because of her mother's failings as a parent.
The one thing I'm hoping that we'll get by the end of the series is a deeper look into Asa's mother's formation, the formation of her personality.
Yes.
And this personality that is so heavily influenced Makio and Asa's realities.
It's what has given Makio her, like, hang-ups and her self-doubt.
Yeah.
And it's why Asa's just not a well-adjusted
teenager.
Yep. Asa's mom is for lack of better words, she is the antagonist of the series. Because, honestly, I think it's because her mom is very selfish and self-centered. And her selfishness manifested itself in that she tried to mold her daughter into this perfect thing of her own ideals of perfection.
Asa was a trophy.
Exactly. She was what kept Asa's dad around.
Yeah.
And as long as she kept Asa the way she was, the dad would stay around.
It was the presentation of the ideal motherhood, the ideal adult position, the happy wife with the healthy child.
Yes. And it's just her selfishness is also why she, told Makio to stop being a nerd.
Yeah, stop being so
weird and different.
Irresponsible.
Because you're making me look bad.
Yeah.
Her self-centeredness and selfishness has affected everyone around her. Her, this all is about me attitude has definitely negatively impacted
at least
100% of the main characters.
I think her own self-worth was wholly dependent upon how the outside world saw her, and she attached herself to a specific condition of success that she wanted to portray. And motherhood and home life appears to have been that goal.
This is a really, really psychoanalytical application this episode.
I mean, the episode was very psychoanalytical anyways, in the way it was interspliced, showing all these disparate conversations.
I feel like we're gonna have an undergraduate degree in human psychology after this. I really loved this episode. It
was a good episode.
The psychoanalytics is where I kind of pick up because I find it interesting to do psychoanalytics as a hobby.
Yeah.
Mainly because I just love analyzing characters and people. So, I feel like the synopsis for this episode does not need to be long and drawn out. Basically, we get introduced to one Hiromi
Higuruma.
You're just say it one more time.
Hiromi Higuruma.
That guy, who is one of the two people that are participating in the culling game that have 100 points. We get not extensive, but we get a very long portion of the episode spent on his backstory, where we find out that he was a public defender. David learned a lot about Japanese law practices this episode, and holy shit. Anyway, we basically get introduced to the law systems of Japan and how he always picked people that needed a public defender and always picked the pretty damn hard cases. He lost most of his cases, if not all of his cases, and this build-up led to his manifestation of his curse technique, which we didn't get a huge explanation of, but he's got a shikigami that manifests when he starts banging a gavel. So from there, we cut back to the present time with Fushiguro and Remy, and then Itadori and Amani being led to what they both think is Higuruma. That fucking name is hard for me to say.
That's fine.
And because of this, we, the viewer, know that one of them is being lied to.
If not both, honestly.
If not both. But we know that at least one of them is lying. And very quickly we find out that it is Fushiguro that is being lied to, as Remy leads him to a man dressed in receipts. That's at least what it looked like. I think those are the cursed seals, or the seals.
Yeah, maybe.
And he basically recruits Fushiguro because Fushiguro has
power.
The Zenin family curse technique of summoning Shikigami.
Well, and they've been talking about how we've got to keep our wits about us for running into a sorcerer that's centuries old.
Yes.
That had, intentionally made a pact with
Kenjaku.
Yes. And it appears that this guy is one such example.
Yes. Basically, get a little bit more explanation as to what is potentially happening, because in these colonies, unlike what Itadori and Fushiguro thought. They're not trying to just collect sorcerers together, because if that was the case, then nobody would be dying in the culling games. And that's obviously not the case, as at least in every colony, at least 60 people have died from their estimations.
They still have not been able to crack into Kenjaku's master plan.
Yes. And the episode ends where Itadori asks Lawyer Man, because I'm not going to attempt to say his name again, to use his points. And he basically goes, no, I actually kind of like this. I want to see how the rules play out exactly to the letter, because I'm sick of people stretching the laws and rules of Japan. Domain expansion. End of episode.
Well, then there was that little side with Kenjaku.
Kenjaku walks into this room with a bunch of dudes sitting around a table. They tell him to take a seat, and
a realistic or metaphorical atomic bomb dropping on a city at the same time as to emphasize. I would assume he's meeting with maybe members of the ruling coalition of the nation.
Maybe.
I don't know. They look like politicians.
They do look like politicians.
They didn't look like sorcerers.
We're definitely going to find out next episode.
Oh, yeah.
I really liked the first half of the episode.
Yeah, the first half of the episode was really good.
I like the characters that Itadori has experienced, minus helicopter heads. But Remy and the other blonde guy are kind of weird. And I don't know how I feel about them yet. I just want some action to happen in my action anime, which hopefully next episode that happens. But
I liked Higuruma as a character until his domain expansion and the fact that he's just using his gavel as his focus for his cursed energy. It makes sense in the fact that, he awoke to his powers while performing his job as a lawyer. So now that's imprinted on his, sorcerer personality, but I hated it. I thought it was really dumb. The whole courtroom version.
And he's not technically a sorcerer, he's a cursed user. The sorcerers are actually trained at one of the schools, because there's a distinction between cursed users and
sorcerers.
Jujutsu sorcerers, yes. So the sorcerers are actually officially trained and sanctioned by the shadow Japanese government.
The first part of the episode was really good.
The episodes are getting better.
Are they though? Last episode was bad.
I think they're improving.
Last week's episode was pointless. We complained about that. And the episode before that was pointless, or was too drawn out as well.
I think I just need to watch this with Bridget so that she can tell me all the implications of things that are happening in episodes.
The story shouldn't need you to have extraneous knowledge to actually be a good product. The whole background story of Higuruma was compelling and good and well done, and is disappointing at the same point because it presents a level of writing and storytelling that would actually be better. I would watch a show about him that was a slice of life courtroom, like a procedural drama about him quietly trying to change things within the Japanese legal system.
And then at the end of the first episode, this cursed technique manifests.
And then I shut it off.
Well, then he has to deal with that for the rest of
No, we already had Death Note. It's essentially Death Note. You know what I have realized over the course of Jujutsu Kaisen? I dislike any time we go into domain expansion. It's boring. It's stupid.
There are domain expansions that I think are really cool, but his is just me. I like Gojo's.
It's pointless to the actual
progression
progression of the story.
A small detail that I probably remembered: normal people can't see curse technique.
Yeah, I don't think anybody saw his Shikigami when he was in the courtroom. They were all reacting to him and his abhorrent behavior.
Yeah.
I mean, his assistant quietly moved away from him as he was getting more enraged.
I really liked the series when Bridget and I were watching it.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm just kind of I don't get what's going on.
What is it trying to accomplish?
Yeah.
And why is it taking so long to accomplish it?
It's just maybe I just liked the series because it was something that Bridget and I were just watching together, and I like spending time with Bridget.
And there's nothing wrong with that. That is a very valid, that's a very valid thing. And there's nothing wrong with
watching it by myself.
You could just blame me on being a negative influence.
Maybe. And maybe I just like watching the show in English.
Oh, I guess that English dub has a delay to it, doesn't it?
It does.
This week on My Hero Academia Vigilantes.
So we get the Christmas episode where they have a Christmas party with Captain Celebrity, who we find out is going to be a dad. But everybody's there, and this is where we find out that CC's time in Japan is coming towards an end. His lawsuits are all spinning in court, and because of that, because of the things he's been doing in Japan, he has kind of improved. They are sending everybody home. They send the 3 triplets home, and they're immediately attacked by a villain. this flying villain, looks like a pterodactyl, looks like
a dragon.
It looks like a dragon. Captain Celebrity goes off because now being told that he's going to be a dad, he now is like deep-rooted fatherly instinct now, and goes and saves the girls, and
sacrificing himself in the
Scarface detonates
the primary villain, who we still do not know what his name is.
Yep. Detonates the monster because it's remote controlled, apparently. We see that CC very selflessly uses his, which we learned all about his quirk and everything too, but I don't want to go into insane detail about his quirk because it doesn't really matter. He uses his quirk to shelter the girls from all and any harm while taking the brunt of the damage himself. This causes him to have a major spike in popularity as tons of people witness this and are taking videos and pictures, and he becomes insanely popular in Japan. Makoto is just like, you're basically rivaling All Might at this point. And to this end, she decides to try to throw him a huge going away party, which almost all the heroes in Japan say yes. The last one that she tries to get is All Might.
Through her brother. He's very adamant about mixing business and personal together.
And then with this huge party on the line, the Narahata Fest people are basically asked by CC and Makoto to perform. And they're like, oh God, we got to do this at like the Tokyo Space Egg. There's going to be like 50,000 people there. We need to be on our A game.
And meanwhile, Boy with Scar is going to use this as an opportunity to cause mass casualty. I don't think we give enough credit to Makoto and her networking abilities and her her dedication to what she feels is her job. What does she do in the regular series? She's just on the sideline?
I don't know. I haven't gotten to her yet. I'm still in like the middle of season 5 and I've not touched MHA for a while.
That's fair. This episode was fun. I enjoyed the cleaning up of CC's character.
He's still kind of a lech, but
a little bit, yeah.
He's gotten better. He's not Master Roshi levels of lech.
I'm sure his altruism won't last very long.
He'll probably die.
Yeah, he may just die.
There's a lot of death flags this episode.
You're right.
Oh, you're going to be a dad. Oh, look, you saved those little girls. Stop it.
Your popularity is rising.
Stop it. You just redeemed him. Don't kill him. The entire episode, I'm just like, don't do it. Please, God, don't kill him.
This episode reminded me that I still need to finish To Be Hero X and its whole superhero system of like your powers are given to you through popularity, through social approval and popularity.
I mean, you don't have to.
No, I probably should.
This episode was fantastic.
It was good.
I'm
going to be sad when the season's done.
I know.
All I care about is that we keep getting the story as long as it keeps being good.
I will continue to watch this series every time it gets a new season.
Yeah. Hopefully it'll continue. It should. I don't know, though.
It's cute.
We'll find out when we find out. I think the biggest thing with Journal with Witch right now is we need to have somebody pick up the manga in English so it can start being released here. JJK, I don't know. The first half of this episode presented this reality that we could have. Like, I would like to see the author of JJK explore something like this that isn't this shonen tropey thing. My Hero Academia. We're getting so close to the end of the season and I don't want to stop watching it. I'm kind of sad by that. That's all right, though. We'll move on to other stuff.
Just means I can watch shit that I've been putting on the back burner.
You say that.
Shut up.
I would like if JJK would pick itself up, but I don't think it's going to. And I think I'm negatively influencing David.
Probably.
Let us know what you think. Other than that, don't forget to like and subscribe. Hit that bell so you get notified when we have new episodes dropping. And come harass us on our socials. Don't forget about the Wednesday episodes of the podcast. Weekly Ranma, which is also coming to a close. But we got something cooking for when that's done that hopefully people will enjoy. So stay tuned for details for that. All right, thanks again. Check you guys later.